financial advice, do your own research. My name's Wes, and today I'm going to talk about ENS domains and walk you through what you need to do to get one for yourself. So ENS domains are essentially domains for Web 3.0, and the main way they're distinguishable is that they are .eth, so instead of .com or .org, you'll see the domain .eth for Ethereum. Okay, so we're here on the Ethereum Name Services homepage, and what we're going to want to do is come up here to the top corner and click Launch the App. That's going to take us into where we actually have the user interface. We can come down here to this search bar and we can actually type in different domain addresses to see if they're available. So I already own my ENS domain. If we type that in, we see that it's unavailable. But I can come back up here, and if I type in Great E space 1, we can see that that is available. So then I could click on that. It's going to take me into where I can actually try to register this domain. And then here I can put if I want to purchase it for however long we want to. And you can see that it is $5 to purchase this, and that's because it is over 5 characters, the length of the domain is. And I'll come back at the end and kind of show you guys, we'll walk through the FAQs and show you some of kind of the things that are helpful to know about this. But you can go ahead and extend this, and you're going to pay gas fees because this is on the Ethereum network. So gas fees can be kind of expensive, as anybody who's transacted on Ethereum knows. So it probably makes sense to, get your money's worth out of that gas fee, so you might want to extend this. I think I did, 8 years or something like that. And then we can scroll down here, and what it's going to have us do is kind of a 3-step process that it walks us through. But essentially what we have to do is just request to register it, which is just kind of letting the system know that we want to purchase this domain. I'm not actually going to do this because I don't want to spend $35 on a domain that I don't actually want. And then we wait for a minute, and while we're waiting, it's essentially just making sure that no one's trying to purchase that domain at the same time, so that they don't accidentally double register it. Or potentially someone lose gas fees by trying to register at the same time as someone else. So then we wait for a 1-minute period, and then we'll actually be notified and say, hey, we're ready to register this. So then we come down here, the button's in the same place, except instead of saying request to register, it actually says register or complete registration. And we'll click that button, we'll get another MetaMask pop-up that we will approve, and then that will actually process the transaction, the 0.08008 ETH, or however much our cost of the domain is, will be withdrawn from the account, as well as the gas fees for that transaction as well. And then we will have our domain. So once we have our domain, there's a few things we can do. We can come over here to our account, and that's going to show us the different domains that you own. I own 2 domains. I own the domain for my channel as well as for this show, Good Morning Not Financial Advice, Do Your Own Research. And I got them both for an 8-year period. And if I want to, I can click in here, and I have a few different things I can do. I can see when they expire. I can set a reminder so that I don't accidentally let it expire. One nice thing is there is a 90-day grace period. So essentially, if it expires, no one can purchase it for 90 days. And after that grace period is over, there's another 90-day period where it essentially costs $2,000 more than it would normally. So how we said this costs $5 for a year. If someone wanted to purchase it the day that it expired, it would cost them $2,005. And that $2,000 decreases linearly over time. So by the end of the 90-day period, it's back to just costing $5. Or what we can also do here is we can actually just come in and we can extend it. It's the same price as it was normally, $5 because it's over 5 characters. I can put however many years I want, but same deal, you have to pay the gas fees. So I don't need to do that right now because I still have 8 years. So we're in good shape there. So the other thing that we can do here is we can choose one of our domains and set it as our primary ENS account name. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow different websites to interact with this service to essentially be able to pull that name in instead of our long address like you see here, OXCE64 blah, blah, blah. It's going to say greatespace.eth. So for example, on OpenSea, if you go in and you purchase something, instead of just having your long account name there as the purchaser address, it might say greatespace.eth. So it's just a cool way. It kind of replaces that long block of letters and numbers with an actual username. So it feels more personal, and you're able to kind of brand yourself a little bit more if that's something you care about. So it's a really cool feature, and it interacts pretty well with a lot of different Web3 websites. Okay, and let's jump down here to the FAQ real quick and just walk through a couple questions that are pretty common. So I think one of the first things that really a lot of people have a question about is the price. So as I said, for 5+ character names, it only costs $5 per year, so very affordable. The most expensive part of that is the gas fees usually. For a 4-character name, it costs $160 per year, and for a 3-character name, it costs $640 per year. And right now, there's no option to purchase 1 or 2 digit names. So then if we keep scrolling down here to look at some of the other common questions, this is kind of just giving you pointers of what might happen if your registration runs into any kind of issues, you hit a snag. So this is a good place to reference on the FAQ page. So this is a cool part. So how do I transfer my name? So these names are actually a NFT. It's a token, a non-fungible token. So they can be traded on OpenSea. So you can actually go on OpenSea and you'll see this in your account as essentially a new NFT once you register your domain, and you can list that on OpenSea. Then you can also then go from there and you can look at different domains that are up for sale and potentially buy one like that if a domain that you want is already taken. Then as we keep scrolling down here, one thing that I think I misspoke on earlier in the video, I said a 90-day grace period. So there's a 90-day grace period, but then there's only a 28-day period in which the price decreases. So you have 90 days after your name expires to go back in and register before anyone can buy it. Once that 90 days is over, then there's a $2,000 premium, and that decreases over a 28-day period, not over a 90-day period. So sorry for misspeaking on that. But I think that pretty much wraps this up. So hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, please leave a like down below. I'm actually going to publish a video next where I talk about the ENS token that was just dropped, which is essentially a governance token that the Ethereum Name Service team distributed to people who already had ENS domains prior to mid-October, essentially. So the claiming period for that is still open right now. I'm going to show how to claim it, how to sell it, how to buy it, and talk a little bit about what I think the future of that coin might be. So if you're interested in that, head on over to my channel and check that out, and I'll see you over there.